and the lady next to me turned around and said, "What the hell?" And then he just started shooting.
Describe that again. Everything that you saw.
He just started. He had a long assault rifle, and he just started. You hear the shots just start firing.
What did he look like?
I didn't see his face.
Were you in a meeting?
Yeah, we were in the back conference room. Whoever's next to me got shot and hit bloods on me from it.
Yeah, but I was in the elevator. I just walked right past the conference room where everyone was. And then I came down and I had to grab something, and then on my way back up to the elevator, I just hear this loud. I thought there was like something like dropping because they were doing some construction or some renovations in there, and
Yeah,
I got up there and the guy was like, "Run! There's a shooter!" And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
What floor was this on?
It was on the first floor in the back in the conference room area. Kind of, you can see there the middle windows right there. So like 3 over in the middle. We're all in there.
And who do you work for? What company?
Old National Bank.
Say your names, please.
Troy Haste.
And what's your phone number in case we need to reach you?
My phone's inside. I'd like to get hold of my family, but I don't have any of the numbers.
My name's Dalen Riggs. I also work at Old National Bank.
Another name that came out of this, and the interim chief there with LMPD said she's only going to say it once, and that is Connor Sturgeon. That is who police have said walked into that board meeting and opened fire.
23-year-old shooter. They say he was an employee of the bank, and there's actually a developing situation right now that we want to bring you to. For police, this investigation into who the shooter is and what he did, that really starts with possibly Brooke at his home.
Yeah, so the home registered in his name. We are actually there, and we have been for some time, as well as our Travis Brees in the Camp Taylor neighborhood. You can see where it is in relation to the shooting itself. And again, Travis is there watching as some of the teams started ramming in the door just moments ago. Travis?
That's right, Brooke. It was about 45 minutes ago, maybe about an hour ago at this point. We were here just waiting, and then we saw an LMPD SWAT car roll through. The officers knocked very loudly on the door 3 times, and then they went in. They went inside. Maybe we're in there for about 10 or 15 minutes or so. I'm going to step aside now. The scene has calmed down a lot. We believe that it's only a forensics team here at the moment, but if we do have the video of the officers arriving, I hope we can pull that up right now. The officers went inside, maybe about 20 of them in full tactical gear. They came out. They weren't really carrying anything, is one thing we noticed. You know, they didn't have any big filing boxes or anything like that. After the officers came back outside, they did go inside with a canine team, a German Shepherd, and then that dog came back out quickly. You know, a lack of bringing things out of the house, at least as far as we saw. But there is a forensics team here now on scene at the moment. I'll just reiterate what we know. We came here because we heard that this could be a possible location where the shooter lived, and we now have that confirmed as Connor Sturgeon. So Interim Chief Villarreal giving us that news and confirming why we are here at the scene. This is what one woman said when we arrived here on scene, just about kind of the chaos that was happening in her usually quiet neighborhood.
I don't think I'm going to let her go walking like I have, and definitely she takes my 4-year-old nephew to the school park. Unless I'm with them at this point, I don't think that I'm going to let him out.
So a lot of activity has transpired here since we did that interview. LMPD SWAT came. They have now gone. They've handed the scene over to another team at this point. We've asked the district court office if we can get a copy of any search warrant they may have needed to go into this property, but we're still waiting for that at the moment. But a lot of activity here at this usually quiet home in the Camp Taylor neighborhood with that large SWAT presence about an hour ago. Reporting live in the Camp Taylor neighborhood, Travis Brees, WHAS 11 on your side.
All right, Travis, thank you very much for that update. That's an incredibly active scene right there as they are just now, Brooke, getting into the house, finding out exactly what happened, what kind of plans there could have been. You know there's always some evidence that could come out of that home.
We do want to go back to our Isaiah Kim Martinez, who was listening at that news conference just moments ago with so many people involved and the emotion still running high hours later. Isaiah, what can you tell us?
Well, Brooke, Shea, obviously crews here are just funneling out after
that press conference that really did reveal a lot into, again, the how and the why, the big questions here today moving forward, as well as the conditions of those still trying to make a recovery at this time. I know we cannot stress it enough how much we are hoping for the best for the officer involved, or both officers, but specifically the officer in critical condition right now. We want to recognize, of course, the brave actions that every officer took who responded to that scene. But of course, we have to let folks know at home too, essentially some of the insight into what potentially led up to this. And sadly, that is, talking more about the shooter in this case. Mayor Greenberg described the act as a targeted act of violence, didn't elaborate on what that could mean when it comes to motive. We do know the shooter again was 23 years old. We know he was employed with Old National Bank. And we also know, and this was late in the press conference that this was revealed, LMPD Interim Chief Jackie Gwynn Villarreal revealed to us that he was live streaming during the shooting, which is just gut-wrenching to hear. This is similar to situations we've seen across the country. Again, just limited details here right now, but little nuggets like that really giving us perspective into this. I did ask the interim chief if they have searched the man's home at all, or have found anything that might reveal his motive or a possible manifesto. Nothing like that was revealed. She wouldn't answer that question, saying that they're continuing to investigate and look into this. She did say a quote, and I want to read it to you right now. She said, quote, "This shouldn't continue to happen. Evil cannot take over our city."
This mass shooting thing is like so, or is becoming so much of a consistent thing. I don't want to call it trend. You know what I mean? Condolences to all those people that was taken away and the ones that was injured. You know what I'm saying? 8 something in the morning, bro. 8:40 in the morning. This just shows you that shit can happen anywhere, bro. It's happening everywhere. That's the thing about it. Shit can happen. Church, elementary schools, jobs. See, I don't quite know what was his reasoning behind that, but they say he was an employee. He was 23 years old. I'm guessing he's on the run because I ain't hear about him being killed. So, but the thing that's crazy is, he an employee. So it's like, I'm pretty sure it was somebody giving him a hard time or something, bro. That's the only time I really hear. If he woke up one day and just decided to go in there and go crazy, like old boy in Walmart and what was it, Chesapeake, I think it was. But I think that somebody was like picking on him though. You know what I'm saying? But if this dude chose to go do this for no reason, I don't think so. I think it's a reason, bro. You know what I mean? And he was an employee there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's definitely a connection. He worked for them. But the crazy thing about it though, now this is where the internet and real life are clashing. So just like the mass shooting at the grocery store in Buffalo, New York, they saying, y'all just heard it. This nigga live streamed it. Now, I'm going to be honest. I looked for the footage. It's not out yet, I don't think. I don't know. I looked on Twitter. I looked on Reddit. But this shit is disgusting, bro. Like, not only do you go do some shit like this, you go live stream it. Like, bro, what the fuck? I really feel like the internet and real life is like mixing, bro. And some people is getting really affected by that. Like, I'm going to do this like, I bet you they say old boy played Call of Duty. I bet you they say he played Grand Theft or Call of Duty. I bet you he was 23 too. I'm almost for certain that boy played Call of Duty. And when they catch up with him, well, I mean, I don't know. He might, he missing now, but he might have offed himself. You know what I'm saying? Just like old boy who, you know how they all do. Most of them do. They off themselves or they try to off themselves. So I wouldn't be surprised if he offed himself. But yeah, man, 4 dead, a total of 9 people injured, man. That's crazy, bro. Condolences to all them people, bro. Like, this world is just becoming like more and more. I ain't gonna say this. Well, I can say this world, but I'm gonna really talk about the United States because shit like this don't happen everywhere. You know what I'm saying? This is like more of a United States type thing. It does happen in other countries, but this shit happens a lot for us, yo. Like, I feel like the odds and the chances of you being involved in the mass shooting, just being at the place, is like they're getting higher because they're happening so much. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes it's some every other day, every other week. You know what I mean? It's like the shit is just happening. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? They can't go to the grocery store. Come on. I'm like, that's crazy. Then they're gonna live stream this shit. He probably was on Twitch or some shit. I don't know, but y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This is crazy, man. Y'all, hey, stay safe and stay dangerous, man. Keep your head on the swivel, bro. Look in, think about routes to exit before you go into some. Always, that's what I do, bro. I try to think, and anytime I go somewhere in public, I'm looking at for exit ways. I'm looking at, all right, where side do I need to stay away from? What look shaky? What little spots look, you know what I mean? That I need to not be over that type shit. So you just got to be on your P's and Q's because there's no way you can really predict it. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can really predict it unless somebody shows signs of that. You know what I mean? But what if you was a person at that bank today and you didn't work at the bank? So there's no way you could have known and seen signs. You see what I'm saying? You just got to, keep your head on the swivel, my nigga. That's all I can say. Y'all let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, notification. I'm going. Yeah.